Man, listen, I thought I was ready for fatherhood, but I had no idea. Like, none. And I legit thought I was ready though. But nah, not even close. What's up, everybody? My name is Alonzo J, but some call me Zoe, hence the name of the channel. And today I'm going to be talking to you about my struggles with fatherhood, the good, the bad, and the real ugly. And just things that I really just didn't know. On top of that, things that I could have never prepared for. But before I get started, just know that this is me just talking about my journey so far. Please don't take anything that I'm saying the wrong way or as if I don't love my kids or my family, because that's definitely not the case and couldn't be further from the truth. What I really want this to be is just a real conversation that I'm having with men, fathers, aspiring fathers, whoever. And ultimately, my goal is that they can hear this and get something from it that's going to help them on their journey as well too. Because we're all just trying to figure this thing out, right? As a new father, there's so many different things I'm learning each and every day. Watching my son grow, he's 3 years old, and it's just been a hell of a journey so far, and I've loved every step of it. But it's definitely been a challenge for sure. But first things first, my expectations with fatherhood were just way off, not even close. I read the books about becoming a dad and preparing for the baby, but none of them really told me the harsh, cold truth. And that is when you become a dad, the old you dies. Yes, dies. The world as you know it is turned completely upside down. And from then on, you're literally trying to turn it right side up. It's like this little baby comes out of nowhere and just flips your whole ship over, right? You just steering, trying to navigate life, and then this little mug pops out and just totally dominates your entire life, right? Just capsizes it. And then from then on, you're really just trying to find a balance with everything between work, your relationships, friends, extended family. Everybody wants to come see the baby now, so you got to deal with them, grandmas, aunties, cousins, all your kinfolk. So dealing with that, and on top of it, it's really just a complete identity shift that happens almost instantly overnight. But guess what? It ain't about you no more, big dog. That's what comes with having a kid, right? And so you have a whole nother human to feed, and they literally can't do anything for themselves without you. They completely depend on you. And I know some of this is like, duh, like you signed up to have a kid. What did you expect was going to happen, Zoe? I knew these things, but you don't really know until you're in it. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can get the concept, but you don't get all the emotions that are attached with having a kid, like the love, the stress, the worry about just this other person that's just popped up into your life that you're always just concerned about. What do they eat? What do they drink? Are they using the bathroom properly? Do they need help? Are they sleeping good? Like you just didn't have that constantly running worry. But once you have a kid, everything just instantly changes. And so, like I said, man, like conceptually, I understood that, but I really didn't know until once he was here. It's like reading a book about swimming and thinking that just because you read the book, you know how to swim. Like, nah, that's not how that works. You don't know how to swim until you actually submerged in that water, right? You're flailing around trying to figure it out. Got water going through your nose, going through your mouth, man, and you really figuring it out and really in the depths, in the thick of things. Now, if you're married or been living with your significant other and been taking care of them for a while, then it's not a completely new concept to think about somebody depending on you, right? But it's different because you're with another grown adult and someone who can make their own decisions, do things for themselves, whereas a child literally can't. Every single decision you make, they're affected by, which means, hey, you got to move differently now, right? I got to think twice before I do anything because somebody else is dependent on me. And ultimately, my kid is going to suffer if I make any bad choices, right? They've got to pay the consequences. So it's a whole nother level of caution that I'm having to deal with now that I really didn't have to deal with before having a kid. So you have that piece. And then on top of that, I'm still trying to figure out as a man how to lead my family, not just as a father, but as a husband as well too, being married. trying to lead them without losing myself in the process. And that's the next big thing that I learned. If the truth be told, you also go through a grieving process too, to be honest. And it's weird because, of course, you're happy that you had the baby and they're safe and they're healthy and mom is safe and she's healthy too, right? And there's just this rush of emotions and this big surge of just joy and like happiness and like fulfillment. And then I remember just holding my son, and it just dawned on me like, oh snap, like the man I used to be, like that's now gone. Poof. Like life as I knew it, completely gone. Never to return. And I say all that, but like ultimately the core of you doesn't change, right? Like your values, your morals, your character, what you stand for, that never changes. You're still you, but with a kid now, right? That schedule that you had now changes. Like that's gone, right? Being able to put your interests first, that's gone, right? Staying at the gym for an extra hour, just spur of the moment, that's gone, right? The last minute weekend trips when I would have one of my homeboys hit me up, now I gotta really be strategic about those plans, right? Ain't no last minute going out or last minute ditching because again, this little baby dependent solely on you. So it's one of those things that I knew that, but it's oh snap, nah, I can't go out tonight like I used to 3 weeks ago. This wouldn't have been a problem, but like tonight, now that I got my sons here, nah, I can't do that. So it's just a different lens that you got to operate through now, and a new system of checks and balances, if you will. But man, I say all that, but on the real, don't let that scare you, right? It's not all a doom and gloom type of thing. Like your life isn't over. It's just different going forward. It's in a good way. Everything has a trade off. But another key thing I learned was you don't lose yourself when you become a dad. You grow into a bigger version of who God already called you to be. Fatherhood changes you overnight, but your identity doesn't disappear. It changes in the sense that your life isn't your own anymore because you really got somebody counting on you and they can't even communicate for themselves. So I think what it all boils down to is just that it's really who you were versus who you're now becoming. And ultimately, who is that? A man who shows up every day, even when it's inconvenient for their family, a man who takes responsibility instead of making excuses, a man who leads by serving, right? And it's not just a one-time moment type of thing. It's literally a decision that you have to make every single day because your family is counting on you. But I can honestly say, man, that life is way more fulfilling now than it ever has been. Like hands down, nothing even comes close to fatherhood, in my humble opinion. It really has been a joy of my life just watching my son grow up. I'm also excited because I got a little girl on the way too. She'll be here in a couple months. And man, this I just wouldn't trade it for the world, man. It's been the most fulfilling, most rewarding, and also the most challenging thing I've ever done. But it's just made my whole life complete. But with that being said, man, I'm gonna wrap this thing up. I want to hear y'all's experiences so far. Drop a comment. When did fatherhood hit you the hardest? When was that light bulb moment? How did you handle it for all my fathers out there? And even if you're not a father, right? If you're aspiring one, hey, what are some of the things that you can do now to help build that foundation so when you do have kids, you'll already be in a better position to help serve them and lead your family better, man. But that's what this channel is about. That's what I'm about. Is just walking this journey with some great men and just getting better every single day. With that being said, man, I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Peace.